Okay guys, so today we're going to talk about limits. Well, limits, well, let's just start it off. We have the limit as x goes to 2 over 2x squared plus 1 over this. So here's what the limit law says we could do. It says we could look at the limit as the top and the bottom. Okay then, and it also says that we could distribute the limit. Okay then, that's great enough, but it just seems like I made the problem harder. Let's look at the problem again. Well, this is what the limit law just says. You could take the top limit and the bottom limit and just kind of distribute the limit. But here's the easy way to kind of do it. So I just like to think about it. If you could just kind of plug it in and you get an answer, just plug it in. So let's just plug it in 2. Okay, then if we plug it in, okay, let's see, 2 squared, that's 4, times 2, that's 8, plus 1, 2, 4, plus 12, minus 4. So the rest is just really, I don't know what to say, algebra, I guess, kind of. See, 4 and negative 4, well, they just cancel. 8 plus 1, that's just 9 over 12. And of course you could reduce and you get what, 3 over 4. That's pretty much it. That's all you have to do is just, hey look, if you could just kind of plug it in and you get like a number, just plug it in. That's pretty much the easy step of how to do it. So yeah, and the limit law just says, hey look, we could kind of distribute the limit top and bottom and just look one at each individually. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's do a different problem. Okay, so we have this problem now. The limit as x goes to 2, x squared plus 6x minus 6, blah blah blah. So look, we have a limit. Let's just plug it in. 2 minus 2, that's just 0. 4 plus 2 minus 6. So then we get 6 minus 6, which is just 0. 0 over 0. Well, when the 0 is on the bottom, it's undefined. And when the 0 is on the top, it's 0. This isn't really an answer. So let's look at the problem again. Okay. Forget about the limit and forget about this. X squared plus x minus 6. Is there any way I could rewrite that differently? Let's try factoring it out. When we factor, we want two numbers. That gives us 6, negative 6. But when we add them, we get a 1. So, negative 2 and 3. If we add them, that's 1. And if we multiply them, hey, that's negative 6. Okay, so look, instead of rewriting this, I'm just gonna rewrite this. Hey, look what happens here. X minus 2 over x minus 2. Hey, look, we could just kind of cancel that. Hey, look, we could just kind of plug it in. Let's just plug it in. So the limit as x goes to 2, well, that's just 5. So we figure out that this, once we did all the algebra part, hey, look, that's just 5. Nothing too difficult. So yeah, so if you could just kind of plug it in, just plug it in. But if you try plugging it in and you don't really get an answer like 0 over 0, or maybe let's just say this were to be 5 over 0, well, 5 over 0 is undefined. So you have to do something to it. So we have this problem again. The limit as x goes to 7. So hey, let's just plug it in. Okay, well, 7 minus 7, that's just 0. 7 plus 2, that's just 9, plus 3. The square root of 9 becomes, minus. This should be a minus. The square root of 9, that's just 3. 3 minus 3, that's just 0. So again, we end up 0 over 0. This isn't really an answer. You'll later learn that it's called in the intermediate. But as long as you just realize that 0 over 0, that's not really an answer. We have to do something to it. So let's go look back at the original problem. Okay, so we have this again. Well, look, there's a radical in a number. What we could do is we could multiply and divide by the conjugate. That's always a good thing to do. So let's just multiply and divide by the conjugate. If this is minus, we're going to multiply by a plus and a plus. See, if we're multiplying by this and if we divide it, when you think about it, well, it's just 1, so we're really multiplying by 1. So it's fine if we do this. Think about this, if this was 5 and 5, well, 5 over 5 is just 1. The same thing over the same thing, hey, that's just 1. So we're allowed to do that. We're just multiplying by 1. So now this is where it just becomes algebra, complicated algebra. A radical times a radical, well, it just kind of disappears. The radical just kind of goes away. So we're left with x squared plus 2. If we multiply this, we get 3 radical x plus 2. And then if we multiply this and this, we get minus 3 radical x plus 2. And then we just have to multiply this times this. It's just foiling, that's all it is. This just becomes AF9. Hey, look, 3 and minus, hey, look, that just kind of cancels. So we're left with this. Okay then. Okay then, 2 minus 9, hey, that's just 7. You look, okay then, so this looks a lot easier. Hey, let's just plug it in. 7 minus 7 and 7 minus 7. That's just 0 or 0. We're still not getting an answer. But look at this again. The same thing divided by the same thing. What's 3 divided by 3? Well, that's just 1. 5 divided by 5, that's just 1. X divided by x, well, that's just 1. It's the same thing. So this looks really complicated, but in reality, it's just this. The same thing over the same thing. Well, hey, look, that's just 1. Now the limit as x goes to 7, well, you should notice that this is 1. And just in case if you forgot, here's the way we could just kind of say that's a limit. Let's just kind of graph it. We're going to graph y equals 1. Y equals 1 is just This one. Let's just depend. This is 7. See the limit x equals to 7. 1, still 1, still 1, still 1. If we approach it from the right side, still 1, still 1. So the limit of a constant from the graphical way to look at it, well, that's just 1. So it turns out that this limit, we did all the algebra part, it's just 1. So just to review, if you could just kind of plug it in and you get an answer, just plug it in. But if you don't really get an answer like 0 over 0, well, you have to do some sort of algebra to do it. When you have radicals, it's a good idea to multiply and divide by the conjugate. And if you have something like this, well, try to factor and see if anything good happens. So that's just it. It's nothing too difficult. Just plug it in, see what you get. If you don't get any like a weird answer like 0 over 0, or just try to do some algebra part. Really, limits it is kind of hard. So my best advice is just to ask your professor or ask somebody who you could just, who you think has a good idea of limits. So yeah, just ask somebody.